Welcome all to the Snail Trail 4x4 podcast. If you like going off-roading in Toyotas, wrenching on Toyotas, camping in Toyotas, and maybe even poking a little bit of fun at Toyotas, and of course, hearing about how awesome it is to go wheeling with kids in Toyotas, then this is the podcast for you. That's right, ladies and germs. My name is Tyler, and we have a very special episode today. This is episode 450. Which we've been talking about for a while now. So let's go around the table and introduce everybody. To my left, we have Mr. JJ the Jet Plane. How you doing, Mr. JJ?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for asking. Once again, like always, it's good to be here. And who's to my left?
Do you call him that often?
I call him a lot of names.
We should have like a whole dictionary of nicknames that I have.
Yeah.
It's almost 450 different nicknames for me.
All right. Well, next to JJ the Jet Plane. It's the assistant to the jet plane.
At least
The
it's
assistant pilot.
At least it's a jet black plane.
Yeah. Check out jet black window tinting on Google.
Nice. And then to the co-pilot assistant left.
The secretary.
Cool. Hello there.
Hi.
How are you?
Been better.
You've been better?
Been worse though.
You've been worse?
Yeah.
Why is that? Are you like afflicted by some physical condition or something?
Something like that.
I want to know about the worst.
She's brewing an office assistant.
That's
Yes.
true. Yeah.
A little teeny tiny intern too.
Yeah. A two-legged intern, not a four-legged one.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was like, how do I spin
Thought you were
this?
going to make a three-legged joke.
Yeah. Three-legged joke. Jeez. Oh man. So episode 450, we're going to skip all the housekeeping stuff because you guys did an amazing job out there at sending in a lot of feedback for this episode. So I don't know if we're going to get through it all because there is a lot of it, but we thought it'd be fun to listen to the listeners here for once and talk about ideas for taking kids off-roading and camping, right? So JJ and co-pilot, you guys have not an infant. What would be her classification?
Well, she's in preteen land right
Preteen
now.
land?
Yeah,
Okay.
tween.
Preteen land. Yeah,
Tween
tween.
land?
Yeah,
She's tweening hard.
she is tweening hard.
Gotcha. So we're curious if there's, feedback from people about how to go off-roading or camping or wheeling, because wheeling and camping are two different things, as we learned from the first episode, I think, ever with these two.
Yeah.
Yep. Episode 50.
Was it 50?
Yeah, I believe so. Well, we have them on
400
every
episodes
50.
ago.
So
Yeah.
if you enjoy this conversation with the assistant and secretary, you can go back to listen to 350, 250, 150, and episode 50.
Mhm.
Yep.
Sweet. So
Otherwise, we don't allow them on.
yeah.
Back when we were just the girlfriends. Oh, you were the fiance. You guys weren't. You guys were not.
Fine.
Jimmy and I had this
We had a
conversation.
conversation. You weren't
Yeah.
married.
You guys weren't married.
Okay.
You
were
might have
engaged.
been.
You're probably
yeah,
engaged.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Wow. Look at us now.
I know. Lockdown.
Come a long way.
We've come a long way, and I have a designated driver. So
Ah, whiskey shots. Here we come.
Too bad it's hard to get me out of the house.
yeah. So anyways, let's see. You guys have a tweenland girl, and we have a little boy on the way who's not even here yet. So we're all kind of curious if there's any tips and tricks out there for going wheeling, going camping with kids. What can you do to make that more enjoyable? What can we do to make that more enjoyable? Right. And
For both parties.
for
us
both parties.
and them.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yep. And other questions I've had is how early is too early? And did people wait 2 or 3 years to take their kids camping or anything and regret it or something?
Or is there a point at which something is too late?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So lots of questions because I've never been down this road before. And I'm definitely curious. And I know that we have some other curious minds as well. So should we kick it off with the first jump in here with the first email?
Yeah.
Sure.
I think that sounds good. We definitely got more emails.
We did. We have like 18 emails and I think 3 voicemails,
Yeah.
but one of the emails is a follow-up to the voicemail because he got cut off.
Perfect.
So
we got to start with that. Well, we have to start with the voicemail, then
Yeah.
go to the email.
Yep.
Got it.
So we'll get there. We'll see. I'll just start at the bottom here. So the first ones that were submitted, and we'll work our way up the list.
Perfect. Just where we started.
Yeah. So the very first person to submit something here was Mr. Lazy Boy.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which, if you think about it, kind of makes sense, right?
Yes.
So Nick, we're talking about Nick DeLuca, and his lovely wife. They had a kid and immediately started going out hiking, backpacking, like all these different things.
Okay.
But
and not off-roading.
They did not do off-roading right away. They waited a little bit. Now you'll see how long is a little bit. So
I have thoughts on how long we're waiting for off-roading.
Okay.
Just FYI.
Yep. So
I figured as much, by the way.
So Nick says, congrats, Tyler and Secretary. The information below is based on my experience only. Disclaimer, I am not a doctor or a mother. I have 2 girls, 5 years old and 2 years old. They both started off-roading around 8 weeks old on the mild stuff. That didn't just happen, though. That was our doctor's recommendation. They be at least 8 weeks old. I also did neck exercises with them daily starting around 2 weeks old. I'm not joking. We also got a neck brace for the car seats. My girls were born in the winter months, and we spend our winter off-roading in SoCal, doing desert stuff in a long travel Tacoma. The terrain is like fire roads with lots of mild bumps. In my experience, whatever amount of camping you do now with your wife will decrease when you have a child. It's just harder and it's mostly not fun. You do it so they will eventually adjust to camping. Fortunately, Lisa and I were avid campers and boasted years of 50 weekends a year of adventures prior to kids.
Smokes.
Holy crap. I didn't know they went that much.
I'm jealous.
Right. Now, how many that was camping? How much was off-roading? That's a good question.
Yeah. Let us know, Nick.
Still very admirable.
That's a lot. Yeah. So what, the 2 weekends I didn't go was Thanksgiving and Christmas?
Yeah. They should be wheel every weekend.
Right. So post kid, that number dipped to probably 20. And after the second child, maybe 10. Camping with kids is hard, but it's not easy at home either. The way we looked at it was not sleeping through the night at home was the same as not sleeping through the night on the trail.
Disagree, but okay.
My advice is that your wife ride in the back seat with the baby. This will allow her to pump and bottle feed on the trail while you're moving. Your first thought will be to bring a ton of stuff for the baby. It will take a few trips to realize you don't need any of it. Good luck with the kid. If you need other families to camp with, hit us up. Your pace will slow with a child and your friends will stop inviting you. Ask me how I know.
We've never invited him, actually, have we?
That's true. We never have. We invited him for one trip.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then he showed up on the other one.
Yeah.
It's hard to sit in the back with the baby when you get car sick.
Very true. Yeah. So
I think I want to jump in here, and I just want to let's hold your what you want, Secretary, to the end, and I would like to know, because you have it in your mind right now. I know you do. Let's hold it to the end, and I would like to know when we get to the end of this podcast if you're still dead set on that, or if you have been swayed.
I don't think I will be swayed.
I don't think you will either. But
I have some scientific background in this.
Let's just go off of this feedback right now and not talk about what you want. And just we could talk about like 8 weeks. If we could talk about, slowing down camping, if you're willing to go camping with kids, how is it sleeping with kids?
I got some feedback for that.
Yeah.
As someone that has squeezed out a kid,
Yeah.
I would not want to be bumping around in a car. I mean, 8 weeks later, you are like technically quote unquote healed, but you're not back to your old self yet. That would be like hard on me. And then like drag the kid along at the same time, and just like pumping at first when you're like getting used to it and everything, like doing it in the back of a car while you're driving down a road, and then just feed the kid, and the kid poops if it's anything like, well, this kid's a prolific pooper. She just is. But she would like,
There's a backstory to that.
a lot of, I thought she was broken. I called the nurses at Kaiser, she was like a few days old and I was very concerned that she had like diarrhea or something and was getting dehydrated because she'd poop like 14 times a day.
Holy crap.
And they're, literal holy crap. And they're like,
Adding more diapers
oh, honey,
to the registry.
is this your first baby? And I'm like, yes. Yeah, it's on the upper end of normal, but that's still normal.
Wow.
And I'm just like, and there is no way in hell I would want to stop, unstrap a kid, change a poopy diaper, strap him back in, and just do that like 80,000 times. That does not
No, it'd
sound
be 14
like a good
times a day.
time
14 times a
to
day.
me
And-
at all, and just be
Mm.
bumping and pumping. No, I'm good on that. No bumping and pumping.
Should make it that a t-shirt.
Yeah.
That being said, I do think you
Uh-huh.
don't want to wait too long to kid camping. There is a thing to that because there's people that wait too long and then they try to take their 5-year-old camping and their 5-year-old is like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
And freaking out and everything. I took
Right.
Evie when she was like 19 or 20 months old. And I
So
know
a year and a half or so.
my stepsister's taken all her kids camping when they were
They're
babies.
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 Camping, though.
Yeah.
Not
like,
off-roading.
Not off-roading. And that's two different things too.
Yes.
Because so
Yeah, because we do a family trip with that side of the family, and
yeah.
with it, like she's there. I mean,
Mhm.
depending on how. Like,
Yeah, she doesn't care. She's
she
like,
doesn't
I got a
care.
baby. I'm pregnant. I don't know. I'm going camping.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So
Okay.
camping is different, though, I think, than
Than
bouncing down a
off-roading.
trail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
I mean, and there's something to be said there about the female body having to go through bouncing
Yeah.
down a trail too, because
True.
somebody can't even really jump on a trampoline still to this day.
Yeah. True story.
It's,
Kiss your pelvic floor goodbye.
Okay. I mean, yeah, totally. I think that, but what are the thoughts here about, because he said, they go winter off-roading in SoCal. So it's more like fire roads with mild bumps.
I mean, if you're just saying, I guess.
Mhm.
If your
Yeah,
wife
but if
is
you're
down
going
with it,
camping, so you wouldn't want to move day to day. But would you be okay with a fire road with mild bumps to get to a campground?
maybe.
for a weekend?
I mean,
For a
it
weekend?
really depends
Mm.
on how
How long
on
the
how
road
you
is?
Feel how long the road is. How
So
how much you want to
really
jiggle
short
their little
trips.
tiny brain around. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Any thoughts on that, Carrie? Shit. Sorry. Hold on. Time out. Any thoughts on that, Secretary, without giving your position away?
I agree with everything. The
Assistant. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
I'm
have a
on that
little
page.
bit of wisdom on this side of the table.
Mhm.
Some,
do,
some more than the others.
Yeah. Anecdotal evidence.
Yeah, I have zero wisdom.
It-
so-
yeah.
But I do know, I mean,
Uh-huh.
also my stepsister, like 3 days after having her last baby, because she was so miserable while pregnant and would be very ill while pregnant. And then once she'd ever have the baby, she's like, yeah, let's go places. Let's do things.
Oh, see, there's
3
hope.
days. 3 days later, she's like,
3 days
"Let's
later.
celebrate my birthday."
Yeah, it was her 40th birthday. And she's like, everybody take me out. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You not
Yeah.
have paid me to leave the house and like put makeup on. Ugh.
Huh.
So every woman is different and like
Mhm.
whatever you're happy with. But I know for me personally, bouncing along on a long car ride while trying to change
Pump
a
and
diaper.
pump and
Every
bump.
time you have to stop and get them out of the car seat.
Mhm.
It's a real pain in the ass.
How
So-
long? How long does that last? 14 poos a day.
Depends on the child, because not every
Depends on
child.
that, yeah.
Some kids you're having to like give them apple juice early just to get them to poop. There's like constipated kids. If you breastfeed, they're never constipated. If you formula feed though, they can get
Mhm.
backed up. And every kid's different. Some kids are just like 1 or 2 a day pooers, and mine was just 14.
How long did that last for
That
the mini
lasted
assistant?
for a few weeks, and then it would taper off. And then by the time when she started eating solids, then it was like more like a couple times a day versus 14 times a day. But be prepared
Yep.
to.
And
deal
she's
with
still
some
at a
poop.
couple times a day. It seems like.
Yeah, like not a whole lot has
We'll probably
changed.
have her on later, and she's going to regret being on this episode.
Yeah. Don't talk to her about her pooping when she comes on.
Okay.
right.
Moving on.
So next one is from Matt, and he sent in a picture. It looks like
Cute
of his wife and a
picture.
little kiddo out in the snow, doing some snow wheeling. Oh, a couple pictures. Oh, there's a close up of the kid sitting on the hood, I guess.
She looks happy.
I can't.
The kid or the wife?
The kid.
Okay.
No, the wife looked happy in the
How old's
first
the
one.
kid?
I don't
I wanna
know.
see
Her ears.
Swivel,
Her
swivel.
ears are.
Come on.
I can't.
Pivot.
I'm working.
Pivot. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
she looks one.
One. Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
One-ish.
Oh, so cute.
So it's from Matt. Let's
Hey,
see.
Matt, thanks
if
for writing in.
If he had any other pictures here to go with. these.
Also,
Lord.
Nicholas, thanks for writing in.
Oh, he has another one over here.
Oh,
They're working on
checking suspension
that's-
bolts.
Yeah, on a heap.
Out in the sand? Are they in the dunes somewhere?
Looks like sand. Yeah.
I don't. That looks like a parking
Or
lot.
it looks like
to
a
me.
parking lot. It does look
Parking
like
lot.
concrete now that
There's
I'm
paint
Oh,
asphalt.
it is
lines on it.
totally okay.
oh, it's his birthday.
Birthday out on the
Yeah.
trail.
Birthday out on the
Birthday
trail.
cake.
Little
Yeah, it's a
high
little
chair
cake
on the
smash.
lawn.
One.
Little cake smash on the tailgate.
That's
One
cute.
that says one right here.
Yeah.
1-year-old. Okay.
An older kid.
An older kid. Some camping setups.
Scroll down. There's a kid. To the left is baby. Or another kid.
Another kiddo.
Yeah.
Are there more?
I took Evie camping
Dang, a bunch of photos.
when she was younger.
Youngster
driving.
driving.
That's cool.
The face in the back seat. He's like,
The back seat kid is a little unsure about the front seat kid putting around.
yeah. All right. So Matt says, our kids started going off-road and camping with us from a very young age. They've been on the Rubicon, Barrett Lake, Deer Valley, Moab, etc. We found a few.
Deer Valley. You're
Yep.
not taking our kid on Deer
Oh,
Valley.
he's going on Deer Valley.
Never.
You have
He's going to
grief
learn
with
how to
Deer
kill
Valley?
flies.
Oh.
The deer flies on Deer
Yeah.
Valley. Yeah. We found a few tips and tricks along the way, and there's 10 of them.
Wow. Okay.
When your son is younger, get an infant carrier that can transfer from car to car and click into a basement attachment.
Oh man,
No?
those make life so much easier though. Oh my god,
You're
I wouldn't.
saying
I
no.
don't know if I'd take one wheeling like when you're like.
As a certified car seat
Yeah.
installer, how
Yeah.
does one feel about that?
I'd like to use a convertible in the 4Runner.
What does that mean?
Means we need to
4Runner
cut
is
the top of the
I know, we're
4Runner
cutting
off.
The top of the 4Runner off.
A convertible car seat is like the bigger kind that goes rear facing and forward facing.
And then becomes like a boost. One of those grow with
No,
me kind of ones.
some of them do, but but it's not the kind that clicks into a base. You install it and it stays in there.
Okay.
And your reasoning behind that is because it's more secure,
It's bigger.
bigger.
It's
But for day
it's
to
a
day, are you
hunkier.
going to do that?
Oh no!
Oh,
We're getting an
okay.
infant seat for day to
Yeah, yeah,
day.
yeah. I was going to say you are going to hate that.
But we're not getting second base. We don't need that.
A second.
You say
Why
that
not?
now.
No, they're so easy to install now. The one we're getting, it's like you just push it. That's it.
Well, okay. So that was the first tip. Negative from the car seat installer, the car seat technician.
It's a fair tip. I'm just saying that
Your choice is not that.
My
Okay.
choice is not necessarily that.
Interesting.
Most people probably would pick that choice. When you're a tech, your choices are unconventional because
Ouch.
Okay, next tip. When he gets older and outgrows the infant carrier, get a dedicated car seat for the 4Runner. It's a
Oh,
pain
there
to
we go.
move these from car to car.
yes, okay,
Yeah, they are a
yes,
pain in the
agree
ass
with
to move
that.
the car
That's what we're
seat.
doing.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
had how many car seats?
But I would use the So you're after an infant seat is a convertible
Yeah,
seat.
once
So,
you're past the click to connect.
but you can use a convertible seat from birth.
Oh.
You can.
Not that the baby is going in the 4Runner from birth, but
No.
I would for the 4Runner I would go straight to the convertible seat and not bother with the infant seat.
Not coming home
And
in the
just
4Runner?
leave the
Just
seat
leave
in
it
the
in there?
4Runner all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll show you how to install it.
Okay, cool. Next one, snacks.
Hell yeah, that was one of the
I know
tips
about
I was going to
snacks.
say.
I was
Just
saying,
yeah,
we have to have snacks
Gotta
for
have
the
snacks.
secretary. And just so
even still, the 10-year-old. I have
Oh, yeah.
snacks in my. Yeah, she gets hangry.
Snacks everywhere.
Snacks everywhere.
okay.
Snacks in my purse. Snacks.
She
in
carries snacks in her backpack to school.
Yeah. Well,
What kind of
Ugh.
snacks?
cheesy crackers are.
Oh, he actually
the
has some
go-to right now.
options. So
It's probably different
Well,
depending
babies,
on the ages.
Cheerios and puffs,
Okay.
man. Cheerios and puffs and goldfish. Or
Mm,
be ready to vacuum those out of the back of your.
can't have
So-
Cheerios for a while.
No?
he can't have Cheerios for a while?
I
Or you
can't.
can't.
I can't look at them.
Oh, okay. You'll
We had a
yeah.
bad experience with Cheerios recently.
Sounds like my
Solomon
tequila
reverse.
problem.
Was your- yeah, right. So he says snacks. Do you have a good vacuum?
Yeah.
You'll need it to clean the aquarium of goldfish crackers.
Yeah. I just said that.
Right. Adding a little
Yep.
car vacuum to the registry.
Yeah.
And I have a friend with 3 kids, and she joined one of those like car wash, monthly plans.
Like a quick crack or something?
Yeah, because she would just go there once a week and just vacuum out her car. It was a necessary thing.
Okay. So the Unknown Crumbs bring lots of various extras in case a break or stuck or someone else needs help.
Well, I mean, I just need snacks when there's when you get stuck.
Yeah.
Or canned wine.
Yeah, canned wine is a pro tip for moms out there. 1 can of wine is half a bottle of wine, and it fits great in a cup holder. Non-breakable container. There you go.
Do not advise for the children.
Not for the children, but for moms. For moms, to keep moms alive and sane.
Okay.
Keep the children alive. Give mom a can of wine.
Nice. So this next one I learned from taking you guys snow wheeling before with the mini assistant.
Okay.
Clothes, bring extra clothes.
Yes, hella socks. Just bring
Hella
like
socks.
a bag of socks. Just a bag of socks. And a whole other change of clothes, but just a bag of socks. Bring a bag of socks.
Think of 2 to 3 pairs of clothes a day.
2 to 3.
Yeah.
Like changes, like full sets of clothes per day. Wow.
Because when they're little,
Especially
they're like
in the snow.
Yeah, in the
right.
snow for sure. When they're little with barfs and blowouts, you're gonna need extra pairs of clothes.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, even it was only until recently that I stopped carrying an extra pair of clothes and underwear just that lived in the back of the car for the mini assistant. You just
10 years old now.
You're just gonna want. Yeah, I'm like, all right, you're 10. You probably stop carrying extra underwear around.
You haven't had a blowout in like 3 days. Just kidding. It's been much longer than that.
Yeah.
But when we did move, though, we found some chonies that were behind the dresser that she had a blowout at some point and wanted to hide from us and hid it behind the dresser. So when we were cleaning out the dresser out of the bedroom, we were like, why are there chonies back here? She's like,
oh, don't look at those. Sorry. I had to hide those. She like ran them to the trash.
Wow. So
yes,
clothes, bring extra clothes. Lots of clothes. Have a dedicated bag or large diaper bag for clothes. You'll have diaper blowouts.
Yep.
Spilled drinks and puke in the same day. Usually right after putting on a new change of clothes.
Correct.
Oh my God, this is a long one. We would dress kids in pajamas in the evening if it was going to a late night.
Yeah. That's
easy
a good one.
to transfer them to bed when we got home or to camp.
And bring a toothbrush. So you like get them into jammies and brush teeth, and then you drive home, and then you can just like carry them to bed.
Drop them in bed.
And not have
makes
to wake
sense.
them up again.
Yeah.
Bring jammies and toothbrush.
Cool.
Approved.
That's a good one. I would have never have thought about that.
Yeah. Before you leave, make them ready for bed.
Yeah.
At that age.
Yeah. Okay.
Even to some extent at this age.
I mean, we would do that even on Christmas Eve. Remember, we'd change her at my aunt's house and make her brush her teeth, and then we'd drive home because we knew it was going to be like a 45-minute drive.
She'll be asleep by the time we get here, and I'll just carry her in.
Yeah.
Throw her in bed.
Can you do that for me next time we go wheeling?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah. You just have to be in your PJs first. I'm not going to help you change.
I sleep naked.
Oh, perfect.
Is that okay?
That's easy then.
Okay. Anyways, games or flora fauna info. Our kids love playing games at camp. We also get them some trifold plant and animal pamphlets so they can stop asking us, what's that?
I'm super into that.
That's pretty cool.
I want some too.
Get out your guide and look it up. The Scat Guide has been fun lately. We bring Motorola walkie-talkies for the kids around camp to play with too.
I love that. We're definitely doing that.
Yeah.
There's a book called Who Pooped in the Park. And it's,
oh, really?
Yeah, it's Yosemite, and it's like different pictures of poop, and it's like a kid's storybook. And I've had some friends.
Sequel to Everybody
That's
Poops?
great. That sounds great.
I've had some friends, especially boy moms, really like the Who Pooped in the Park book.
Nice.
And then
Add that to the Christmas list.
Yeah.
There you
Put it
go.
on your Amazon wish list. The mini assistant also had like a little microscope, like a little toy microscope that would always come camping with us because they can put like bugs underneath it or leaves or flowers.
That's a cool one. Yeah.
Look at it. And yeah. So I agree with those tips. Good tips.
That's a good one. The microscope's a really good one too.
Walkie-talkies is a fantastic one, though.
Really?
Yeah. I bought some walkie-talkies for my nephew, and he was just all about them. He loved them. And when you hand kids walkie-talkies at a campground or a campsite, they just run around and have fun with walkie-talkies, and they're always in communication.
It's like magic, the way they work. That's why I still like them. So
yeah, I speak in this little contraption here, and you can hear it all the way over there. It's amazing.
And then you can hijack their frequency and start talking like you're a ghost from around the corner.
Only nerds do that.
Well, yeah. So yeah, those are great tips too. So games, kind of activities, I guess, around camp.
Well, yeah, stuff, and I think that falls into in a way kind of an obvious one, right? Like you have to, if you're going out, you have to entertain the child.
Yeah. Otherwise, they're just going to be a pain in your butt, and so just be proactive. One of the dumb things,
just give them a bunch of NyQuil.
It sounds dumb, but the thing I would always bring camping with the mini assistant is a spray bottle from the Dollar Tree store. And she would just walk around, just spraying the tree, spraying the rocks. Toddlers love to spray things.
No, it was an R training
mechanism.
Okay. I thought you were going a different way with that.
Don't touch the fire.
No, not that way.
Okay.
She would just love
for her to walk around
spray
with
things. If you have multiple kids, they make great like water guns.
Okay.
And they don't take up a lot of space, and they're lightweight, and they're inexpensive. And yeah, that spray bottle would always go camping with us and got hours of usage. Wow. You spray a rock, it changes colors.
That's true.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can just tell them to water all the plants.
Yeah, water the plants.
How often did that get turned around and used on you?
No, she knew better.
Okay.
You've got to set some ground rules.
Yeah. Set some boundaries,
Okay. Next one, other kids. We try and take some of their friends or cousins on trips. It's good to wheel with other families that have kids as well. Our daughter would run up and down the trailhead air down line in Moab looking for any other kids to make friends with for the day.
100%.
True story. Yeah.
This is unfortunate for us.
Unfortunate?
This kid is not going to have any cousins.
No friends.
No friends at all.
No, but I mean, kids make friends like that. Yeah. Right.
Like, hey, there's another you're a kid. Around, you want to be my friend? You want to play? Yeah, we're friends now.
And that's how
what's that
Jimmy
kid's name? I don't know, but we're friends now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And having another kid there is just it just is a stress relief, right?
Yeah, for everyone involved.
Yeah, because they entertain each other. You don't have to entertain them.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So it's an entertainment stress relief. Is it more of now a stress relief because you're like, what are they getting into now? No.
It can be.
I mean, I guess, but they're not bothering you all the time. Yeah, but so you're going to be happy about it.
This is also an older stage, right? This is 2 years old and older. Like once they start talking, and they can start making friends, that's where it falls. When they're young and you have them maybe in a playpen, they can start interacting, but that you still have to kind of, I would assume you have to pay attention. I've not really ever been in that stage.
Okay.
Always got to be paying attention.
Get them involved. Make it fun. Give them a wrench or screwdriver and have them help with easy stuff. Have them help wash or navigate with a map or help pack before a trip. Our kids set up their own tent at camp. Our oldest got some steering wheel time this last spring and now she wants to drive all the time.
Yeah. There's an age limit for that for sure. Or an idea. I mean, there's a muscular
I was going to say it's more like a physical restriction where they have to be able to reach the pedals. They have to be able to turn the steering wheel.
That or they have to be able to turn the steering wheel, right? You know, it's like if they can't turn the steering wheel or reach the pedals, then they probably, or see over the steering wheel what's in front of them, then they probably shouldn't be doing any of those things. Kids also really, in my experience on that one, the kids don't understand the difference between the little tiny cars. I forgot what they're called. The
go-kart?
Nah, well, sort of a go-kart. The go-kart for
power wheels, like power wheels.
Yeah, power wheels.
Just stomp on the pedal and go.
Yeah, because their lock to lock is only like halfway turns in the steering wheel, and then when they jump in an actual vehicle, because I had a buddy's kid sit on my lap, and I was driving down a fire road. I'm like, turn, and he like turned it halfway, and he's like, yeah, I'm turned. I'm like, no. You got to keep turning. Like this wheel turns like 6 times.
Yeah.
They just don't understand that. But that's just, they've got to learn those things. But yeah, I think and keeping the kids involved, keeping them interacted.
Helping with packing and picking snacks.
100%. And a lot of it kind of
Let them
is
pick their own snacks.
Yeah, that would be a good one. That's an older age thing too, but so is driving. Anything you can do to encourage the kids or helps, but it's also teaching, right? And that's what a lot of it falls down to is how do you, that as a parent, you're always teaching, right? So you're always keeping them involved, always teaching them how to do something, always helping them learn and succeed and move forward in life.
Okay.
Whenever they can take ownership and be part of something, they always feel they go along with you better that way.
Until they do learn how to put their tent up, and then they don't want to do it because then it's another thing they have to do where they could be out playing.
We made her 100% do her own last time we went camping. Also, because we were tired of her by the time it was like, all right, here's your tent. You go figure that out over there. But then other like passing kids from our group came by and they all got involved. And between them, they put up the tent.
They figured it out.
Nice.
That was good.
Let's see. Safety. Never leave a rig running without you in it.
Smart.
Good tip.
Yep. Bad accident at Gatekeeper a few years back where a kid accidentally bumped the man. This is the one that we talked about this one on the podcast.
About this one,
the kid accidentally kicked or bumped the manual shifter in a running rig. Make sure seat belts are always buckled. At some point, they figure out how to unbuckle or get arms out from under shoulder straps.
Yeah, some kids are better at that than others. Houdiniing out of their car seat.
Mm-hmm.
I have some experience with that. So
with kids Houdiniing out of their car seats,
it's something we talk about. In car seat land.
And so,
what is
not tight enough? It sounds like
the buckle over the nipples too.
You stop. There is no moving.
I see.
Yeah.
So you have to stop.
So you have to leave real early sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, holy smokes! Getting a 3-year-old in a car seat.
If you've got some good copper friends, they can come scare the shit out of them too.
Well, I had
that works too.
There was one point on the side of the road where I was like, "Mommy can go to jail if you don't get back in your car seat. Do you want mommy to go to jail?" And she's like, "Yeah."
I will say that I shouldn't, as a professional, I shouldn't share. But I did help a kid who had some pretty serious disabilities that was getting out of their car seat. And what we did was we flipped the chest clip around.
Oh, smart.
Yeah. So not approved tip.
The button's not on the outside.
Yeah.
Not approved tip, but when you're in those situations, you figure it out. And so
situations,
it's
we
safer to have the buckle turned around than it is to have them get out of the car seat.
Because then if you pull it tight enough, they can't get their hands in there. But then as the parent, you can loosen it to get it off.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a safety hazard.
I would think there's a restriction on when they start turning blue because it's tightened down so much. No, there's nothing, nothing around that.
I don't know. I've never seen that.
When you start choking them out because it's so tight,
the kid is going to start crying.
Yeah,
compress their spine too much.
Yeah.
And then he goes on, I'm probably missing a bunch of stuff, but it's a big topic of spanning from newborns to teenagers.
Right.
Yeah. Sounds like you should have split this into
possibly, right?
Yeah. Zero to 5. And
so keep crawling, Meister.
Next time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, Matt, for writing in.
Yeah, those are some really good tips. And there's just stuff that I wouldn't have thought of. And it would probably take me 3 years to figure out, let's take a squirt bottle. Let's take a poop book. Or
I think you'll quick.
Guide.
Yeah, exactly. When you go out, when you first take the child out, you're going to be like, see what other people are doing. You're like, that's a really good idea. I need to do that next time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's going to be
a lot of trial and error.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. All right. This
Moving on.
one. Oh, I forgot to copy the name who this is from. This one came in from Instagram. It says, so as for camping, earlier is better. 6 months is a great age and they sleep all the trail time. Earlier is fine too. Not sure I would go before 3 months, but after that, kids are fine. The main thing for us, we learned, is that they get used to it when they are babies. But once my son was walking at just a year, it was rough camping with him. One, because he could get into crap, but he was very used to his own crib and not sleeping anywhere else.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said there. And you can get them used to sleeping in different situations outside of camping as well. But if you always have a kid that always falls asleep the exact same way, you're gonna have
a hard
struggles
time.
just traveling in general, or them sleeping over at Nana's house when you're trying to like actually have a grown-up weekend. So just getting your kid to sleep in various situations is always good, but also like whatever you can do to get your kid to sleep is just what you do to get your kid to sleep. Like it's just a survival thing sometimes, with some kids.
Yeah, I think there's something to be said about not necessarily off-roading and camping, but when the child is young, going to grandma or grandpa's house and having the kid fall asleep there and understand that sleeping in different areas would be beneficial.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And probably white noise machines to some extent.
Oh yeah. Bring, there's battery operated white noise machines.
Really? I mean, I would assume there's that.
There's like little small ones.
That white noise machines would be a big thing for kids.
Put one on your registry.
What?
Put one on your registry.
I can't stand the noises from white noise machines.
Well, they have different sounds. Like maybe you don't like white noise, but
the ocean or
there's ocean. There's also like
something.
Twinkle Twinkle, and little mini assistant was hooked on Twinkle Twinkle, and we were trying to wean her off of it. And I remember it was like 3 a.m. like Twinkle Twinkle battles. Like, no, you can't have Twinkle Twinkle, just because we were tired of hearing Twinkle Twinkle. But yeah, like a noise machine thingy is really nice. They have like small little like clip-on battery operated ones you can just stick right on their seat.
There's an advantage, I think, to having the child used to noises in the background while they're falling asleep.
And then while you're out camping or whatever, like that white noise can drown out those other noises that are going to wake them up.
And to some extent, it's not necessarily that, in my opinion, because if you're going to put the child to bed and there's something happening in the background, then there's always something happening in the background and not waking up. But if you fall, like I grew up here, it's quiet at night. If some random person's talking at the campground, I wake up.
He does.
Right? I don't sleep very well through the night.
I was a city kid,
random noise.
I like the little noises.
Interesting.
Well, we're going to cross our fingers this kid sleeps like you and not like me.
I don't.
50-50 chance.
I never thought about that though.
Don't worry about being quiet all the time while they're asleep, because that'll bite you in the ass.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, don't be like, oh, they're asleep, so nobody makes. Like, no, make noise, because they need to get used to like.
Interesting. Okay.
Handling a small amount of noise while they sleep.
If you make a little bit of noise while you're at home, when you're out camping and that rig drives by, they probably won't wake up.
Gotcha. See, I always thought that you just stay quiet while the kid's sleeping for your own sanity, so it doesn't wake up.
It's a little bit of that too.
Some of that as well. Okay. Especially at this age, with the mini assistant, we'll be down on the couch watching TV at a decently high volume in this big room that echoes, and she's out.
Yeah, she's always been pretty good at sleeping through noise, though. But she also had a white noise machine. And
what is that like?
Yeah.
A white noise.
I don't know.
Did you have a white noise machine growing up? Or
No, I can't stand that sound.
Yeah. Interesting.
What about waterfalls?
I did. I know I had a little tape player. So I did
music.
Yeah, I think it had music.
Yeah, and Evie still to this day likes music. The Calm app will read stories to your children at night. Pro tip for all the parents out there.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
Reading your kid a story, they'll read one for them.
So you put a little Google receiver in their room, and then when you come down, you're like, Google.
Well, I put it on my phone. She'll pick a story and then just cast it to her speaker in her room, and she'll listen to a sleep story from Calm and fall asleep. And they also have really great like sleep music and soundscape. And she's real into those, because when she was a baby, she'd always fall asleep to.
Can you download those offline so you can have them while you're
camping? You probably
camping?
Could, not from the Calm app, probably, but yeah, you could download. Google has sleepscapes, soundscapes.
Gotcha.
Crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you sleep with the TV on?
I do.
Yeah.
I need to have noise usually to go to sleep.
Yeah. And I don't recall if we've ever actually shared like a hotel room or anything.
I don't think we have.
I don't think so either. But usually when I sleep in a room, when somebody needs to sleep with the TV,
Uh-huh.
I'm in there awake until they fall asleep with the TV on, and then I turn the TV off so that I can go to bed.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I need it quiet because that's how I was raised.
My previous job in the tennis industry, one of my roommates at sales conferences was like that. Mm-hmm. He couldn't sleep with the TV on, and I had to go to sleep with the TV on. Yeah. So that's what we did. I would have the TV on and go to sleep, and then he would turn it off, and then he would go to sleep.
Yeah, and then you wake up and you need the TV back on, and then I wake up because now the TV's on. Yeah.
Moral of the story: get one of them little baby sound machines, and then.
So the sound machine, noise machine is more for training to get them used to noises.
It could be either. I mean, it could help them. It could help them, like because she wasn't into the white noise, but she liked the little songs and stuff, and she still does.
Yeah. And maybe for the secretary's sanity, maybe it's not something you do when they were infants, but as soon as they're getting into their own room, you start implementing or something.
Yeah. And they have timers on them, so you can turn them off. So like when you put them to bed in the tent and you just like blast in the, white noise or whatever, so they go to sleep and then it turns off after like an hour or two. So when you go in there,
That makes sense.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, cool. I like that one.
Yeah. All right, we got to start moving through these.
Yeah, other than camping, it's easy. It's just a lot of work. We have traveled, wheeled, and camped with our little ones a lot. Anyways, wheeling, that's easy because all my kids fall asleep the moment you go off-road.
Yeah, I've heard that from a lot. I didn't have a baby that went off-roading, obviously. Okay. I didn't meet this guy you didn't meet Evie until she was 5.
She was 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't take her off-roading then either. So.
No. But all my friends that have had babies and gone off-roading said, oh yeah, it's really easy when they're babies. They just sleep.
So that's like rocking them to sleep.
Because it's just like slow
it's also
and
the
rocking
white noise of the
and
vehicle too, right?
The white noise of the
engine.
and they just sleep the whole time.
Yeah, interesting.
But you know what that means then?
And then they're awake.
Then they're awake at night when you get to camp, running around like crazy people.
That's what I tell everybody. Like when your foot's asleep in the day, I'm like, it's going to be awake all night.
The bumps and jostles, just rock them to sleep. It's great. You have to slow down with kids, and at times you may forget that. And by the time you hit Buck Island, no one likes you because you're going so slow. But that's fine. That's the beauty of the place. That'll make them forget about it. So I forgot to write down who that was. I'm sorry. So
thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for writing in. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Let's see. Should we go to a voicemail?
Yeah.
We've had a few emails here. Let's go over to a voicemail. Let's start with Lee's because I know that Lee called in and I read like the first couple sentences of his voicemail and it sounds like he had his kids give some advice.
Okay, cool.
So let's listen to see what Lee's here said.
Maybe after that, then we can actually get the mini assistant down here to give some advice.
Mm-hmm. All right, here we go. It's not too long. So
we are going on a trip. This is Lee Lim with Cruising the Camp. Actually, we are on our way to go camping right now. And the kids are with me, and we have some questions about Daddy Tyler, which just doesn't sound right. All right. But I thought we would get some advice from the kids themselves, since I always drag them out with me, as Tyler says. All right, Koei, what are you going to say?
Make sure there's other kids on the trip so then your kids can play with them.
Good advice.
I would probably be good if you could let your kid go his adventure around the camping campus of it.
Run amok.
Yeah.
I would take them out. They have a great time. They actually asked me to go camping with them. So, yeah, I gave some advice to Tyler before, but I will also say, make sure the kids are able to explore, have a good time. I think it's a great time for them to learn how to be self-aware and learn about the outdoors and become more responsible for themselves. So those are the quick tips. I want to always bring good amounts of food for them and kind of let them pick out what they want to bring for snacks and whatnot. So I know that'll come later for you, Tyler, but that's some of the easy ones. Let's go.
Good advice. Yeah. Picking the snacks.
Yeah. So snacks, let them pick the snacks, bring other kids along or make sure there's kids on the trip.
Yeah.
Let
the kids run around and explore camp and have fun. Yeah.
So speaking of that, one thing my mom used to do, I actually don't know if it came from my mom or my dad, but when I was a kid, I'd go camping a lot. and I had a whistle. I don't know which parent gave me a whistle, but I would just have a whistle. And it was just good if you were in trouble or if you were far away or weird animal or whatever. Just it comes in handy and it's small and doesn't need to be charged and easy to pack.
Does it work better than a ham radio?
No, but it's small and doesn't need to be charged.
I don't know. I would almost argue that it does because the kid might get on the ham radio and be able to talk, but a whistle would make it alarming for everybody around.
That's true.
Yeah. And scare animals that might need to be scared.
Where you're like, there is a siren though on the ham radios, right?
It's not nearly as loud as like a rape whistle though.
Yeah, true.
The mini assistant has a whistle.
Oh, yes. Yeah, good.
That's a good idea. Yeah, just give them a little whistle when they go out and run amok around camp and just tell them, you need anything, just use it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, give them like parameters, like don't go past here or don't, and then take your little whistle or, stay with the buddy always.
The, what is that? The buddy
system.
The buddy system. Yeah.
And the number one.
Buddy.
The number one camping rule.
No hospital.
Courtesy of my friend. Yeah, no hospital. But she would tell her stepkids. What's the number one rule? No hospital.
No hospital.
Solid rule.
Yeah.
Solid rule.
Well, shall we get the mini assistant down and ask her some questions real quick?
Yeah. But I'm curious to hear, straight from the horse's mouth for what would she say?
Kids like?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. So on the topic of kids, we brought the mini assistant down.
We have a kid in studio.
We have a kid.
A real live kid.
Oh my God.
Hi, mini assistant. How are you?
Good.
Yeah. Have you been having a fun night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, I got to get away from the table and go watch Netflix.
Yeah. What are you watching upstairs?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I finished the show I was watching, so trying to find a new one.
Ninja Turtles?
Yeah.
You finished it?
Yeah.
All of them?
Yeah.
Dang, girl.
Jimmy's jealous.
I am.
By the way, the new Ninja Turtle movie is fantastic.
Really?
And if you have not seen it, you should.
Okay.
It's really great.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. They went and saw it without me.
What?
Yeah, we were going to go see the Barbie movie and she's like, actually, can we go see the Ninja Turtle movie? And I was
Atta
like,
girl.
okay. And it was really good.
Nice.
So go see the Ninja Turtle movie.
And we've been watching the new version of DuckTales.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun.
There's a new version of DuckTales too?
Yeah.
It came out in the past couple of years.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Yeah. There's like a lot of seasons.
Yeah. So it'll take us a while to get through it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like Mr. Kool-Aid.
Was that the Kool-Aid Man?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She doesn't know what the Kool-Aid. Do they still use? Oh, they have the Kool-Aid Man still in commercials? All right.
Cool.
Does he still kick down walls? And jump?
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes.
Come like busting in the side of a school or kids' playroom and just be like, oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Well, not quite, but...
Yeah.
Why are we talking about this?
Kicking down walls at schools is frowned upon now,
It is,
okay?
it is.
Yeah, teacher.
Agreed, actually.
Well, you know what the topic is today, right?
Yeah.
About kids and camping.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we wanted to ask you if you might have any advice on kids and camping. So we'll ask some somewhat pointed questions to help maybe make it easier on you.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you like camping?
Yeah.
What makes camping fun?
I don't know. I like being outside and doing fun activities I don't usually get to do with my family and friends.
Well, you like it best, I think, when we go somewhere with a lake.
Yeah,
So
mostly.
around water?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you bring any toys when you go out camping?
Not much.
You used to.
I mean, a little bit, but not really.
What do you like to bring when you go camping?
Like toy-wise?
Yeah. Or just entertainment-wise? Like what
I
does a
don't
kid
know.
pack?
I
while
bring my tablet and then some books, and that's it.
a scooter.
And
I forgot to mention that.
A scooter camping?
Scooters are great because
if you're in a campground.
yeah,
Right, gotcha,
in a
yeah.
campground that's paved, they take up way less space than a bike. A bike will eat up a lot of your packing
true.
space, but a scooter folds down real small, and just a scooter and a helmet doesn't take up a lot of space and can occupy them a lot.
Could you modify a scooter to put more like off-road dirt tires on them kind of thing? Or
When they're younger and they have one of those like what's that brand? I never had one of the fancy
Razor.
ones. No, the pedalless bikes.
Oh, the scooter or the strides?
Strider
Strider
bike. Strider bikes, they don't take up a lot of space, especially when they're small. Like a little Strider mountain bike. Yeah.
Those are good.
Okay.
Those are fantastic for teaching your kid how to ride a bicycle
don't
too.
do training wheels.
That's
It's a whole different
topic.
tangent. But like a little Strider bike or a scooter will occupy them a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're a pretty avid reader, so you do enjoy your books,
yeah.
which is fantastic because I don't know how to read.
Oh
So,
my gosh. Oh boy.
but you bring a stuffy at least,
Yeah.
and
What's a stuffy?
stuffed animal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how many stuffed animals are you allowed to bring?
Do you have a limit?
When
You'll learn.
somebody
You'll learn.
has as many stuffies as this one has, you can't bring them all.
Well, I try to bring at least 3 and then a couple little ones squished here and there.
Yeah.
I usually give her like a 1 to 3
smuggle-
limit.
You
You
smuggle?
never told me about that.
Any excess room in the bag is
Yeah.
filled
You
with
can give them a
stuffed
bag.
animals.
You can give them a specific bag for books, toys, stuffies, whatever.
Entertainment activity
Yeah,
stuff?
like limit
Anything they
them
wanna
to a
bring.
bag. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Like give them a
this
bag to
is
fill up.
yours. Fill things in this bag that you want to bring.
Okay.
It might be
I
all
have-
stuffies at that point.
That also keeps them from never, like, oh, I didn't bring any underwear, but I brought 5 stuffed animals, right? Like, so you have like a bag for
The
stuffies and
necessities.
toys and whatever, and then you have a bag for
You
actual
always
stuff.
check my bag to make sure that
And I always ask you how many pairs of underwear you brought,
Oh
right?
my gosh.
Yeah.
That's
So-
unnecessary.
So embarrassing. And socks, right? I always tell you to bring extra socks.
You only need 1 pair of underwear per 4 days you go. Okay.
Yeah, front, back,
And
inside,
and
outside.
Yeah.
I've heard that joke before.
From
I know
where?
it's
That's
not a joke.
That's
but
not a joke. Yeah.
Sadly, I know.
Why are you looking at me? We've been kind of talking about camping, and unfortunately, and we haven't been the best on this, but you haven't done much off-roading.
Yeah.
And I wasn't able to get you off-roading when you were young, because we didn't know each other at the
Yeah.
time. But now as a tween in a way,
Oh my-
an older child,
Okay.
what do you think about off-roading?
I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah?
Just the right amount of dangerous, but not too much that I'm absolutely terrified.
Yeah? You have faith in daddy?
Sometimes.
That'd be my answer too. It's okay.
I think everybody around this table. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And do you like the going out in the middle of nowhere kind of thing, or do you like to go to campgrounds?
A little bit of both, I guess.
I think
do
that's fun.
you like going out and exploring when you're out in kind of in the middle of nowhere, out at campgrounds, or?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think you got a good center. And you
Yeah.
like to-
Mhm.
sometimes you need to be prompted. Sometimes you get hot, tired, or hangry.
Yeah.
We have to snap you out of it.
Well, yes.
Do you have any advice for kids that are going on a long road trip? Do you have anything that you would suggest them to bring?
I don't know.
No? Okay.
What about snacks? What's your favorite snack to bring?
Oh, it's out of my control. Mom just grabs whatever she wants.
What do you mean? I take you shopping and I tell you to pick some snacks. Do I not?
Never heard something
Oh,
like that. I
lies,
don't remember
lies.
that.
The truth comes out.
Right. We went on a 10-day road trip this summer and you helped go shopping for snacks.
Slightly. It's mostly just mom packing all her favorites.
It's like,
Yeah.
no, you're not allowed to bring
Goldfish.
Snickers the entire
Did
time.
Yeah.
For you.
Yeah, that's what she told me.
Chips,
told him.
chips
Yeah.
and Snickers.
Yeah, chips and Snickers. That's all I need. Oh wait, we're talking to the kiddo. Sorry.
Mm,
Do you remember your spray bottle when you were younger?
no.
Oh, you don't remember the spray bottle?
What was the spray bottle?
Do you remember your little microscope?
Slightly.
Okay. It's some little things I'd always bring for you.
Okay. I don't remember those
The
coming.
spray bottle, the Dollar Tree spray bottle would always come camping with.
What?
And you would spray down the entire campsite.
I would.
Yeah.
No fires.
Oh.
Yeah,
Sidewalk
she's
chalk.
anti-fire. So.
Sidewalk chalk is an easy thing to bring too.
Yeah.
And you can draw
Oh.
with sidewalk chalk on rocks, trees, whatever. It doesn't take up a lot of space.
And it washes
environmentally
off.
That's a good
friendly.
one. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
sidewalk
you
chalk.
give them the spray bottle to
Yeah.
wash
Wash
it
it
off.
off.
And then you can make paint with it, right?
Yeah, I
you do
loved
know
doing that. Like sometimes, like at home, I would just like draw something, and then if I wanted to make it colored or like just spray, cool.
That's a cool one too.
I never
Sidewalk
thought that.
chalk in
Yeah.
a spray bottle.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good.
Cheap,
Nice.
easy things to bring.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, kiddo.
You're
Any-
welcome.
anything else?
I mean, s'mores are always good.
Oh, I agree.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite s'more?
There's Wait, there's more than one s'more?
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
What?
I've been learning. There's
What?
Yeah, you can
a
do
s'more
like
is not just graham crackers, marshmallow, and chocolate.
What is
you can replace the chocolate with a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Oh my
which
god.
I think it's crazy, but
You
they
never
love
heard
it.
about that
No.
Oh.
I
Well,
think it's crazy,
Yeah.
but they love it.
What's your favorite s'more combo then? What I didn't I'm this is a whole new world for me.
Okay.
You like the big marlows or the smaller marlows?
I like the smaller ones so I can like fit two in there. And like
Okay.
the bigger ones, they just like don't get very evenly toasted.
And do you
Mhm.
like mom's trick of doing the chocolate? Do you know what
she
that
knows
is?
no other way.
Okay.
It's like chocolate on top of the graham cracker and puts it right next to the fire.
Yeah.
So the chocolate
So-
gets a little melty.
So the chocolate melts a
Mhm.
little.
Gotcha.
Preemptive. Yeah.
Yeah, you do that first, and then you
Yeah.
toast the.
Have you ever played a Chubby Bunny?
Oh,
We'll have to do
Chubby
that.
Bunny.
No.
I'll have to do that next time we go camping.
Oh
Well,
my
how
God.
do you do it?
Anytime there's mallows around, you got to play Chubby
Yeah.
Bunny.
that's
How
a
do you
fun
do
game.
that?
It's also super gross.
What do you do? I want to know.
It's see how many marshmallows you can fit in your mouth.
Yeah, like if
And
we
then
were
say a
all,
word and
if we
everybody has
were
to guess
all,
the
and
word.
the word is Chubby Bunny.
Uh,
No, if we were all sitting around the campfire right now, I'd put one marshmallow in my mouth and I'd say Chubby Bunny, and Jimmy would do the same, and we'd go all the way around. And then you have two in your mouth, and you have to say Chubby Bunny. And then at some point, you're just laughing so hard that all the marshmallows come out of your mouth, and it's super gross. Yeah,
yeah.
We'll
Chubby,
play that.
yeah, we'll have to play Chubby Bunny next.
We
Because
should
we
play tonight.
always end up with more marshmallows than we need.
Oh
So-
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's
But
a
yeah,
sticky good time.
there's different types of graham crackers that are usually brought to make s'mores and different
Mm.
types of candy instead of just
Mhm.
chocolate
Yeah, bring your
that are
Halloween
brought out.
candy.
to make s'mores.
Ryan and Sarah
Yeah.
brought out different flavored marshmallows.
Yeah.
There's like cookies and cream mallows and vanilla
Mhm.
mallows and strawberry mallows and everything for and that's the most wild I've gotten with
Yeah.
s'mores.
Well, now you can do a cookies and cream marshmallow with the cookies and cream Kit Kat.
Is the chocolate? Oh.
Yeah, mix it up.
And
You can also put
cinnamon
peanut
and
butter.
graham cracker.
You can put peanut butter on the cracker before you put the chocolate down, or Nutella instead of
Ooh,
chocolate.
Nutella's a good
entirely.
one.
Yeah.
What about what is the Australian thing? Vegemite.
Vegemite.
Oh no!
Okay.
Well, it depends if you're down under or not.
Yeah.
But a violet crumble bar on a s'more might be pretty.
I've never heard of a violet crumble
Violet
bar.
crumble is a candy bar from Australia.
Have you had Tim Tams?
No,
Oh, you got to do a Tim Tam slam sometime.
sounds gross.
Well,
Sounds like an Irish car bomb.
Sort of. You could do an Irish
I'm
car bomb
interested.
Tim Tam slam. That'd be great. She's like, whiskey? I'm interested.
I'm in.
Let's-
Irish car bombs taste like a milkshake. They're delightful.
Mhm.
Just drink them fast.
Yeah.
Well, mates, I think we're getting a little off topic here.
You've been watching too much Bluey, huh?
We need her around
No.
more often.
It's hilarious.
Slightly. But some of my friends are telling me blue.
No, he's
somehow.
Australian.
I know. I'm
Well-
like, I don't think so.
Yeah, Australia's a British colony, but
Could be South
It
Africa.
has
Yeah.
the British flag on
It
the
does.
Australian
It
does,
flag.
yeah.
they're
So-
not British. They're Australian.
They're the British rejects,
Yeah,
is what it
they're
is.
prisoners from
Yeah.
Britain. True
Well,
story.
mini assistant,
Uh-huh.
thank you for joining us. Do you have
Mhm.
any fun, wise words for the audience out there today,
For wheeling or camping.
or for children, or for how kids should be treated around adults, or any of it?
Any advice for the adults to how to take their kids out there?
Don't go too crazy. Just
That's a good one.
Keep it simple.
I don't believe it, but I believe. I'll listen.
yeah, you get a little crazy sometimes.
Yes, I know.
Do you like it when there's other kids around?
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for joining us.
Uh-huh.
What you gonna go try to find a new TV show now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye. All right, we're pretty far into this episode here, so let's do one, maybe two more emails, and then the other two voicemails. I think we will call it good. So,
All right.
Sorry to everybody if we don't get to your feedback, your input, what you sent in. There was a lot of them there. So, and there's been some fun conversations going on. So,
I'm sure Tyler and the secretary will talk about them off air for sure.
Yeah, I want to read the other ones later.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
I'm curious.
This one is from Jesse Higgins. Oh, this is our Gear Wrench buddy.
Yeah, Jesse, thanks for writing in. Hope you got the gift.
I think he did.
Oh, good.
Yeah. He emailed in before and said thank you for it. So, yeah, I was wearing my Gear Wrench t-shirt earlier today. That's why I was like, I'm not wearing it.
I know. And I have a SpaceX shirt. I was like, what is happening?
SpaceX is happening. We're going to space, you guys.
Okay.
Jesse says, congratulations on the future mini Tyler. I have a 4-year-old that I take with me on every wheeling trip, and he absolutely loves it. I started taking him on easy trails or trips when he was 2, and I was able to turn my Jeep into a 3 quote unquote seater and mount his car seat directly to the roll cage using the car seat retaining straps.
No comment.
Our car seat tech is not allowed to say anything
sure
about
that.
Probably the safest part of the vehicle.
Right. I would say the biggest thing to keep in mind is that they will fall asleep while on the trail, which we've talked about. It doesn't matter how loud the music is or how big of a ledge you drop off of, the trail will rock them to sleep. When they are asleep, their head will bobble around worse than the bobble hula girl on the dash. Therefore, you will need to find a way to keep their head secure even when they are asleep. I personally use a wide elastic strap across his forehead. It's probably not the best method, but it works. The band goes around the edge of the car seat, so it's more of a barrier than actually pulling on his head. I've been thinking about better ways, such as a neck pillow or a helmet I can strap to, but haven't tried any. I'm interested to hear what others have done.
One of those big headbands you put on before you take your makeup off. One of those big giant.
That's kind of what it looks like. He has a picture here. I'll show you guys in a second. Other things to keep in mind are to bring baby wipes, spare clothes.
Oh, I was going to say hella baby
100%.
wipes.
Yeah.
All the baby wipes. Yeah.
Right. Lots of baby wipes, spare clothes, and snacks. Again. Also, they will likely be cranky when they do wake up. So go on short trails or trips when starting out. That way you can make it back to camp quickly when they are done for the day. Lastly, the best advice I've heard is that you do what works for you. Every parent and kid are different. Just because something works for others does not mean it's right for you. Do what you want and what you think is right, and don't listen to the critics.
Yeah, get ideas from people, but at the end of the day, you do whatever works for you and your family.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
So I got to show you guys this picture. It's awesome. Here's a picture of Jesse's kid in his car seat with the elastic band.
Oh, okay.
That's better than what I was picturing.
That's better than I was envisioning too.
Yeah, so it goes
Just
all the way
just to keep
around
to
the
keep
car
their
seat.
head from just falling all the way forward. Okay,
Yeah.
I like it.
In a way, I kind of want that for airplane rides.
Yeah,
For yourself?
that would
Yeah.
be really good for like sleeping on an airplane. Just strap it on the. Yeah, that's actually.
I like your power tank too, by the way.
Yep. It's a good power tank.
I think. How old is that kid?
He said,
Yeah, I'm gonna say
4-year-old, but
Yeah,
that
but he
could be
looks
Not
right.
in that
around.
picture. I'm gonna
Yeah.
say 2 or 3 in that picture.
Yeah.
I would sit him rear facing. Then it would keep his head back. maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
true.
that kind of makes sense. If you're rear facing, you're kind of
You're
leaned back
Lean
in the
back
seat more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Parents freak out about turning their kids forward facing. There's no reason to until they're too.
The mini assistant was rear facing for a long time as well. Don't worry about what
Yeah.
their feet are doing. They're not
Yep.
cramped. They're not
Oh,
uncomfortable.
you're so good.
Keep them rear facing for a really long time.
Yep.
What is the general rule of thumb as to when you can go from rear facing to forward facing?
California law is 2 years old, but the
Like
best,
not before 2 years birthday?
correct.
Yeah.
And that's a newer.
Yeah. It didn't
Newer
used to
law?
be 1, which was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a little bit newer, not that new anymore. But
Keep in mind, I have a 10-year-old.
you can keep them rear facing as long as the seat allows it. So
and the seat will allow it for a long time.
yeah, we're getting a 50-pounder rear facing. So
Sweet.
that should
Yeah.
last for a
And
while.
it just depends. Yeah. Like the mini assistant was very tiny and petite and lightweight for a long time. So she was very comfortable rear facing for a long time.
Because they'll sit that way. They're sitting back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
makes it
really
easier to
like
sleep.
that idea of having them, because I've gotten to ride in Husband's buggy, and he purposefully has his seats tilted backwards. You just kind of like recline there, and you're like, "Ooh, this is comfy." So,
and you
I
just
imagine a kid would be the same way.
You get the little like parabolic mirror thing that you strap on, so you can still see them and see when they're awake and asleep and happy or sad or whatever. So you can still see.
You get that poop face.
Yeah, you can see that poop face. Oh, you'll get the poop smell. You won't need to get any visual confirmation on that. You'll be like, oh, good grief. Yeah, they pooped. Let's pull over. Yeah.
Cool.
Next voicemail.
We're going to do a couple voicemails here.
Okay.
Let's see. So Nathan, one of these voicemails got cut off and he ended up emailing the rest of it. So let me see.
While you're doing that, I'll also just say that Hussman also will pull up on a ledge, a slight ledge, and he'll sleep in his rig.
because
his seats are reclined enough.
That's
overnight. So he hasn't done that in a while, but that was his once in a while his sleeping area.
I'm morbidly curious about the sour punch.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm not going to put it in it. I'm
good.
going to just take a bite and take
Well,
a
like
sip.
the thing is that the sugar, you get the sugar of it as you're drinking the Sazerac. So it's kind of like the sour offsets the sweetness of the Sazerac. And then you bite the end of the straw off.
Oh man.
Fantastic, right? Thank you.
I thought that was going to be disgusting and it is not. So it's pretty good.
And then you bite the end of the straw off and you get to continue all the way down. So
Wheeling Wine and Whiskey is saying we need to stick with White Claws.
Yeah.
Oh, one of these in a White Claw would be amazing. Did you give Tyler his present? Did you tell him?
I showed him and told him that's his. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a trade.
Yeah.
His trade?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got some parts for the trailer and he got something that he will use and be gone with by the time that I actually put the parts on the trailer.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, fair enough.
Okay, so we have 2 more voicemails, and this person's Instagram that I screenshotted and emailed to myself doesn't have his name on it. So we'll see. We'll listen to the voicemails, and I'll see if I can pair it with the rest of his message, and we'll see who it is here.
Hey guys, this is Nathan from Pittsburgh. Just calling to say, first off, I love the podcast. Even though I have a Gladiator, and no, it did not come with a Starbucks membership like your voicemail might allude to there. But
I forgot our voicemail said that.
To episode 444 there, you got about taking your little ones out wheeling with you. My son's 3 now, and he's been going out with us since he's been about 1. No issues taking him at all. He was rear facing, now he's forward facing. My only advice for taking the little ones out with you on the trail, make sure you bring enough to keep them entertained and happy throughout the day. Otherwise, they get mad, that's going to end your day fast. So he always has plenty of snacks, his tablet loaded up with his cartoons and whatnot. So if he gets bored in the back seat of the Gladiator, he's good to go still. But he has a blast out on the trails. He loves it, especially when it's nice and we could take the doors and the top off and all that.
Ooh.
But keep up the great podcast. I love it. Also, shout out about the Snail Armor tailgate panels. I got one of those for the Gladiator.
Nice.
I love the thing. So I know I posted a video of that over on my Instagram at Mudhorn Gladiator if you guys wanted to check that out too. But keep it up. Can't wait for the next episode.
Awesome. Thanks.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate the shout out there. And yeah, I remember your custom logo. So that was cool. Yeah.
The tablet with the download things from Netflix on there. We have a 1 hour rule with the tablet on the road.
So that,
and again,
this is
whatever
question.
works with your family, right?
So that's going to be my question. We have a Starlink. So, and we're getting the flat 12 volt conversion to it. So we'll be able to run it while we're driving on the trail.
What?
Yes.
I didn't know this.
Oh, yeah.
I've been waiting like my whole life for this. This is why I went work from home.
Yes. So I'll be able to work from the trail, assuming tree cover will be an issue. But do you limit the internet access for kids? There's a couple of times it's popped up. Let the kid have a tablet to play on, do entertainment,
it's a
whatever.
Good question. Yeah.
Do you give them the tablet and the internet, or one or the other? Is it all inclusive?
Well, we've never had the option of it being all inclusive when we've been off-roading or
I think it's
even
the same
camping.
question though.
Yeah. I mean, because you can download stuff offline.
Okay.
even when you don't have the internet. You just have to like preemptive go on Netflix and download
Tyler
a
doesn't know
season
how to
Which
do
I'm
that.
terrible at.
Right.
So,
of whatever.
But people
or
could, right? I mean,
Yeah.
and when
you'll
they're
load it.
little, they watch the same movie over and over again. So like the same. A lot of times when you buy a DVD, Blu-ray
Tyler
combo,
watches
digital
the same movie
thing,
over and over.
I watch Harry Potter series all
Yeah.
the time. So
well,
it's,
all the kids' movies come if you buy them. They come with a digital copy, and yeah. Anyways, so the mini assistant has watched the same movie a billion times in a row when she was little. But I always had a 1 hour rule because I feel like you should learn how to entertain yourself to some extent. But also, after an hour, if you don't want to hear them complain all the time,
Just give them the tablet back. So it's like an hour on, hour off. Or is
well,
it,
and then we make her take breaks and look up.
But really, it's if the trip is going to take more than an hour,
that's when
then
she's
she
allowed
can start using
the
her tablet.
Yeah.
I see. So an hour into the trip, no tablet, and then
Yeah, if the trip's
Or
only going to
if
take half
if
an
we're
hour
driving
to
to
get there,
SoCal
no
and it's
tablet.
going to take
Gotcha.
8 hours, the minute we get on the freeway, here's your tablet. Please leave
Okay.
us alone. Yeah. But just for short trips, we don't allow it. But for
Mhm.
longer trips, we do because it'll help
Yeah.
keep it.
So,
Okay.
what do you think then about
internet access.
internet access and being able to use a tablet at camp?
I'd say not all the time because you also want them to disconnect. But like
Yeah.
maybe it's like a bedtime thing. Like you get them all tucked in and you
I
give
like
them
that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That
put
way,
then they can lay in and then also they have the sound that drowns out the sound of the
Mhm.
adults BSing by the campground.
Yeah.
and
Playing
then they
Slap the
watch
Bag.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Drowns out the sound of Slap the Bag,
There might be something like while the engine's on, you can use the tablet, and when the engine's off, you can't. And while
Okay.
you're at camp, if you're not driving, no tablet unless it's bedtime. But then there's some times that you're just like, have no other ways to entertain you. Here's the
Uh-huh.
tablet.
It's a beautiful backup.
Yeah,
But-
it's a babysitter to some
Don't,
extent.
don't get them
Okay.
used to it all the time because then
Yeah.
they're going to want it all the time.
yeah.
But don't. I mean, also
You
no
also
shame.
have-
No shame in that screen time game. I'm not one of
Yeah.
those anti-screen time moms, but I also do limit it. Look around, have an
Yeah.
adventure, spray the rock, and see what color it turns.
Make paint out of
Yeah, make your paint out of your
sidewalk
chalk.
paint,
You
yeah.
learn all this. You have a lot of fun in the downtime and learning
Yeah.
how to occupy yourself.
You have a little bit of time before you even have to concern yourself with
Totally,
this.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm like,
I was going to say, internet's going to change by the time this kid is old enough
possibly,
to operate
probably,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
true.
But you
So-
won't have to go online and download that video and be
Mhm.
prepared.
Yeah.
And if
So
we
that'll be
go
nice.
camping with Tyler, neither will we.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True story. True story. The mini
you guys
assistant.
are not allowed to have your tablets.
The mini
okay?
assistant was using the Starlink when we were at Overland Expo.
Yeah.
Was
Oh, yeah.
using your
You're
guys'
using a
Starlink.
That's
Starlink
right.
right
Yeah.
now.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, I
that's
am
true.
right
We
now.
are.
That's true.
Yeah, out in Loomis,
Yeah.
no internet land.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
He continued on Instagram, sent me a message on Instagram to continue his voicemail. He said I'd figure I'd follow up on the voicemail I left about taking your little ones wheeling. For us, it was never a question of taking him, but when. We waited until he was a year old to ensure he had the neck head control to handle bouncing around the trails.
Yes, preach.
For me, wheeling is all about quality time with family. The hood slogan on my Jeep says family is the way. Now at 3, he enjoys it even more. We still get the occasional hilarious video of him sleeping through a trail.
I've seen that on his on one of his videos or
yeah,
YouTube or
of his
something.
kids
Yeah.
sleeping through the trail. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. So we got a 1 year quote out there. Well, we'll hear what the secretary's thought is
Mm-hmm.
near the end, but 1 year. Okay.
Okay. So,
And what did Nick say? He said 20 weeks.
Nick said 8 weeks with neck training at 2 weeks. That's what Nick
I don't
said.
know what that is.
Like, how do you exercise a kid's neck at 2
You got to
weeks?
throw the head
Every
one way
time.
or the other. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Legal team just freaked out.
Yeah.
Jeez. How do you exit? I'm curious now.
There's got
Nick.
it. Yeah. Nick, call in and let us know what neck exercises for
Extreme
infants.
tummy time.
Extreme tummy time?
He doesn't know what that is.
Oh, you don't know what tummy time
I
is?
don't know what time it
Get ready for some tummy time. Your kid's gonna hate it.
Yeah.
Spoiler
What's tummy
alert.
time?
It's where you put them on their tummy and they cry. That's what tummy time is.
Pretty much.
So
Where
they
they
train
learn-
them to kind of like push themselves, do
Yeah,
push-ups
and control
stuff?
their neck. Yeah, and not get a
Interesting.
flat
Okay.
spot on their head because
Because they're
back-
laying back the whole time.
we're in the back to sleep era
Yeah.
where you lay them on their back and not their tummy to sleep. And so a bunch of kids get flat spots.
We've talked a little bit about flat spots.
The mini assistant has a big old flat spot on her head.
Does she really? Like on the back? she heard
She shouted down the hall. But because she's a girl, you'll never know unless she decides to shave her head, which she does not have that option because she's got a big old flat spot. But with the boy, you're going to learn about tummy time.
Okay.
Or you're going to end up with a helmet for your
what do I call those?
We talked a little bit about
they can get a mullet.
Flatheads and
we'll just get him a mullet. How's that?
Safety first, and then we'll figure it out.
So do I get to put a cage on the Forerunner?
I've already said you can put a cage on the Forerunner.
We have it on recording now.
It doesn't
Everybody
mean you
should.
get the kid and the Rubicon quicker, but yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Also, backwards is better.
In several situations.
I knew there was a reason I married you.
I did my best.
Man, all this, like, I don't know why, but my mind.
Hey, you don't get final words.
I'm taking a final goddamn word this time. Okay, guys. Somebody
Get
told
it in
me
now while you can.
Yeah, somebody told me a while ago. I don't remember who it was, but they're like, kids are like dogs and puppies.
I
almost.
told you that.
It was you? Okay. It was
Yeah, having a puppy is good training for having a kid.
But everything we've been talking about, snacks, entertainment.
Yeah. Not letting them chew on things.
Not letting them chew on things or destroy things. Letting them kind of romp around, but still give them, be able to keep an eye on them. Make sure
ready for pooping.
Ready for pooping. Make sure that they know where they're okay to sleep at. I'm all of this just sounds like puppy training to me.
Yeah.
So I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm okay with puppy training.
We've already gone through that once.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So with that, my friends, keep crawling.
Literally.
What do you call rain on Turkey Day?
What?
Foul weather.
Wah, wah.
We have one of those. Okay. Moment of silence.
Why did the policeman stop you on your way home last Thanksgiving?
Because you were trying to cross the road? That's a chicken. Never mind.
Because you far exceeded your feed limit.
It's terrible.
No, terrible.
That doesn't make sense.
Why was the turkey invited to join the band?
Because he had his own drumsticks. That one was better, at least.
Okay.
I like that one better.
Then was it this one?
Yeah. Yeah, with the drumsticks.
Yeah.